So just a quick one, as I'm driving. This is my first ever time single-handling a boat, ever. So expect to see errors and mistakes and hopefully nothing dangerous. But I'm very excited because this is the first time I've done this, and I usually have one person with me at least. It's obviously not my first time as a skipper, but first time actually single-handling the boat. So I reckon it's going to be interesting. So I'm going to get around the harbour here outside. I'm going to put the mainsail up, see how we get on with the mainsail, see if I can handle it, and then we'll put the headsail up and see what we can do. There's roughly 20 knots of breeze out there, 15 gusting 20, maybe a little bit more. So it should be interesting. I'm going to take things slow, and I'm going to make sure I just do it slowly and carefully. I forgot to mention as well, actually, I don't have any autopilot, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. So yeah, we're sailing, we're doing 7 knots, roughly 7 knots, just under a reefed headsail. So there's a lot of wind there, there's about 20 knots. You can see there's white horses on the water, so I'd say there's 18, definitely 20 knots there. We're flying along, like the boat's feeling really strong. We're heeling about 15 degrees. You can see on the inclinometer there, or the clinometer, or on a beam reach. We just passed the Bullman Rock, and I reckon I'm going to stay on a beam reach because it means I'll be on a beam reach home as well, or on even on a bit of a run. So yeah, this is fun. I can't believe I'm actually sailing on my own. Oh no, this is great. think the only trouble I've had so far, I don't want to turn around. This is actually going quite well so far, touch wood. The boat's, even under the head sail, she's really well balanced. Like, I've got a fully reefed head sail there, it's about 20 knots. And I was up on the bow for a while. For about 5 minutes, she kept her course really well, and then a big gust came and knocked her off a bit. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, a big gust there. It's interesting anyway, that's for sure. Like, being able to share this is really, really amazing, because like I've always dreamed about sailing on my own. Just, you know, just like a couple of times here and there. I've always thought about it the last couple of years, will I go out, will I go out, will I go out? And it's never really felt right, but for some reason today I just said that I'm just doing it, I'm doing it. And it might sound very strange to the people who are always single-handing and sailing and, you know, this is second nature to them, but for me, this is massive. Like, this is my house. I haven't left home. I'm moving my house around and I'm doing it on my own. It's mental. Obviously I missed my crew, but you know, she'll be back soon. For now, I can get some experience and bananas, this is mental. So, we've been sailing for, I have no idea, about an hour and a bit. I'm going to keep going a little bit because I think I can see whales in the distance there. Not the country, but the animals. So I'm going to sail there first and see if they're actually there, or is it just hallucinations. And then I'm going to throw a tack in, which will be interesting. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. So when we put in the tack, watch how I go through the wind. I'm going to try and back the head sail before I release it on the port side, because then that will let the sail come over through the wind. Like, as in, the wind will push the sail over rather than me trying to get the boat through the wind and the sail turn. It'll make sense when I do it, if it works. So I'm just going to keep going because I see loads and loads of birds, and we're a good couple of miles off, probably 6 or 7 miles offshore, and we're going to see if there are actually whales there. That'd be cool. So it doesn't look like there's any whales, so I've seen things, which is fine, that happens. But over there is a big, yeah. So I'm going to turn around and go back. It looks like heavy rain, maybe some wind, and then yeah, let's just turn around. Okay, turn up the wind, and then flappy bit will go flappy flappy. The white thing goes flappy flappy. The waves come over the boat. Head to the water there, so we have to go again. Okay, so what happened there was I didn't have enough speed to tack. I flattened up the sail there a bit. I hope to get more speed closer to the wind. And then we'll throw the tack in. Once we get a bit more speed now, she's speeding up now. And then we'll tack, so. tack, so I'm going to jibe, so it's the opposite of tacking. So I'm going to bring the wind through the back of the boat. It's just a little bit more aggressive than tacking. So we're going to go downwind. The wind's going to come behind the head sail. So hopefully that all came across on camera okay. I don't know what the... Let's turn it around again. I don't know where... Hang on. Sorry, right. I'm hoping that came across okay on camera. I don't know what they... Like, I pointed the camera correctly, it might have moved, but... Basically I couldn't tack the boat because there wasn't enough power behind the boat to turn it around. The head sail was pushing her off the wind, so if you think about it, the bow is going to be harder to push through the wind because that's where the wind is kind of pushing her over. So basically we couldn't tack because I didn't have the main up and there wasn't enough power in the behind the boat to turn it through the wind. The wind was pushing on the bow and pushing it off, and as soon as the sail lost its power and the head sail lost its power, the boat stopped. So I had to jibe it, which is a lot easier obviously because the wind isn't pushing on the bow. Hopefully this is all true because this is my interpretation of sailing. So I'm a little bit further upwind than I was now because getting back to Kinsale, but she's still sailing her own course. Whoa! I didn't catch that. So we're going back into Kinsale now and hopefully the engine starts and we can go back on top of it. Hey boys, how you doing? That's it from this week's episode. Obviously I didn't sink the boat, which is really good. Little sneak preview of something really cool as well. Ooh, what's that? So more on that hopefully in the next episode while I work on fitting that and finishing off the heads. I've been doing some fiberglassing to get the heads finished for when Niamh moved back down again. She's gone back up to Wicklow for work, but yeah, I want to get that finished. Just a quick reminder on the little campaign running as well to pay for the mast. If you haven't already considered ordering one of these bad boys, let's go and get some better light and I can show you. If you haven't already considered ordering one of these bad boys, have a think about it. They're €50, which I know is obscenely overpriced, but it's for a good cause, so we can sort out this erection problem that we've got. Now, without much further telemarketing, I will let you go and See you in the next episode.